Hi, my name is Michael R.R. McLaughlin, and I'm about to tell you an unbelievable story. When I was a kid, I grew up in New Mexico along the old Santa Fe Trail, and I was into pirates and conquistadors and Greek mythology. And one day I went to the farmer's market, or the old flea market in Old Town, and I found this crate there. I thought it was like a treasure chest, and I offered the guy 25 bucks, which was way too much money. He smiled at the stupid gringo kid and took my money and thought me a fool until years later when I found in the bottom of that box a hidden compartment where there was a manuscript that must have been tucked in there for hundreds of years, because in with it was a gold piece of 8, a Spanish doubloon. Of course, that's another story. Well, this manuscript was in a language I didn't recognize at all. So I took it to the library and tried to figure out what it was. No one could tell me. It looked like Sanskrit, wasn't Sanskrit. Eventually, I figured out that actually I was translating the characters wrong, upside down. Sanskrit was actually based on this language. So the way I broke the code was I found this one section where there were 3 series of paragraphs in a row that were in 3 different languages and 3 different character sets, but exactly the same number of sentences. And I realized it was a poem repeated in 3 languages, in what was called the common tongue, in the Dwarven language, and in the High Elven. Well, I'd already been cracking the Dwarven Surth from the fact that they looked a little bit like the Angersath Moria runes that Tolkien had discovered, and the Futhark runes of the Celts of Europe a couple of centuries BCE up until even the 13th century. Well, once I had cracked that, it was the key to the whole common tongue language. 92 unique words in the 3 stanzas of that poem unlocked the whole manuscript, and wow, what a world. What I discovered was the writings of a wizard by the name of Zorwin the Silver, who was recording the history of the War of the Tomes that ended the 5th age of man in the world of Ĉīndrēl. What Zorwin titled the book was Llewendali Gunraniae, which means literally the great deeds of those with brave blood, or what I call the Hero Sagas. And book 1 is Runeglaive, Sword of Heroes. And the first book is about young Maitak and the sword he inherits from his father, a great claymore with magic runic surth written across the blade, so that if he can learn its secret, it'll give him the ability to fight dragons, slay sorcerers, anything he allows himself to believe in. It's amazing translating this thing. Every morning I wake up excited to find out what happened next. Maitak of the Oakwood and goes on a quest. He's going to rescue princesses and fight dragons, he thinks. This work is so vast and has so many things. There are genealogies with thousands of years, and there's a roll of coat of arms of all of the great houses. There are glossaries with 30,000 words in them. There's 6,000 words in the languages alone in the appendix. We've got maps. You ever get lost in a book and wonder where you are? You can jump to the map, find out where the characters are, where the other characters are. It'll be a whole new reader experience you're going to totally dig, that allows you to access all this great depth of stuff behind this wonderful world, with access to the appendices, the languages, the histories, the genealogies, the coats of arms, the 30,000 word glossary, the 3D renderings. For me, this has been a decades-long journey of discovery. It's been amazing. It's like reading my favorite book for 30 years. Thanks for your support. I'm Michael R.R. McLaughlin. Have a great day.